Hey, I'm Brett.
I'm Eric.
And we're with NorCalFishing.
And we're going to do what's inside our tackle box. In this first box, we got a Bass Patrol jig. It's 3/8 of an ounce with a Gamakatsu hook.
This is great in the winter for dropping it deep and working it slow off the bottom.
It's a football head jig, as you can see there. It's a good jig. It's got kind of a wild skirt. If I could make it more narrow, I probably would, but I can't do that. And then we have this 4-inch robo worm in purple color. It's very good for drop shot, wacky rig, Texas rig, all that kind of stuff. As you can see, it's stretchy. Then we have this 4-inch Aaron's Magic color robo worm, good for drop shot, wacky rig, Texas rig, like I said before.
Where we live in Northern California, it's really good for wacky rig, drop shot rig, Texas rig, and it's great for the watercolor we have down here.
And then we have a 6-inch robo worm, Aaron's Magic color.
And that'll just be if you're targeting a little bit bigger fish.
Yeah, a baby bass could eat it too, but yep.
All right, now on to the next box.
Next box.
All right, here we got all our terminal tackle. We got just a nice octopus circle hook. I prefer these to octopus hooks for drop shot and wacky rig just because they have a little better grip on the fish. Got your egg sinker. This is good for many rigs. It's very useful. And your bullet weight, which is useful for Texas rig and any other rig you may need to use it for. We got our 1/0 Texas rig hooks. These by South Bend. They're really good to use, but our go-to are always these Gamakatsu 2/0. They're really sturdy, don't break, and you can use them for fish after fish. Now we'll get into the spinner baits. This is a culprit spinner bait. It's a really nice color, 2/8 ounce. It's got the nice blades in the water, and all these spinner baits I'm about to show you, they're really good for working on a weed line when the bite's tough, because the fish, they just excite the fish when they're not really looking to feed with these things, get them going. This we don't use this too often. This is if we're in a spot, not one of our favorite spots, but it's always useful to have because you always want some backups.
Wait a minute. This is a G-lock hook, it looks like. If you can see that, it goes up. Yeah, this is called the Strike King Mini King because it's the small version. I just don't do it.
This is another little bit bigger version of that. It is the same purpose, just a little more vibrant for those ponds, that don't have as clear water as you would have liked. I'll cover that one. Here we got a nice Strike King spinner bait. This is really nice because we got the one side that's neon green and the one side that's reflective. And this is also great for working a weed line when the bite's tough or when you're going deep. This is always a great bait. Here we got a Booyah buzz bait. These they're really fun to fish. When you throw it out, you gotta keep these right at the surface, and what it does is it creates a wake, a lot of disturbance in the water, and this is just gonna stay right beneath the surface. So it's gonna be like you're fishing a topwater frog. You're gonna come up and you're gonna see the big strike. We've got two more really colorful spinner baits. These come in handy when you're not getting any bites. The spinner baits we've just shown you haven't been working. These colors, they tend to bring out the life in the bass when they're not really biting. Yeah. So we tend to have a go-to to these.
On to the next box. Next box, we got this. We got a 5-inch. It's called Watermelon Lime Laminate Color. Gary Yamamoto. Good for Texas rig, wacky rig, all that kind of stuff. Catches This is one of the bigger type of Senkos. Very durable, so catch bigger bass, stays together.
Today I was actually fishing one of these with the GoPro that we got going on now that we're recording, and I was about to set the hook. It was a real nice fish, but he just didn't take it, so I didn't want to lose him, but I was real close. These baits are high quality.
And we got another Gary Yamamoto Senko, 5-inch in baby bass color. Like I said, durable, big, catches big bass. And you got this new, I don't know if it's new or not, but it's new to me. It's called Sugar Sticks. It's a type of Senko.
They're actually infused with sugar, and when the bass, this is the next step to catching the bass, because those fish, when they smell that, they taste that sugar, they just go wild over it. So it's always good to have.
Yeah, it doesn't stink at all. Look, you got your Booyah Pad Crusher Junior in leopard frog color. It has a very long skirt when you first get it, so I'd recommend trimming it. This is it when it's not trimmed, so I think I gotta just trim it down. And it's pretty good. It's got a white body, or white bottom, and good for those flipping over those pads. It's Pad Crusher Junior, so it's right in the name. You got Berkeley Havoc Pit Boss here.
These are just our absolute favorite baits to fish. Just most of the time, actually, we just set it up on a nice Texas rig. They have incredible action in the water. You can fish them like a regular Texas rig, like a crab bouncing off the bottom. You can swim these because, as you can see, these legs just have an insane amount of action, and they also make a great wake bait because on the surface they can create tons of disturbance.
Yeah, this is our favorite bait, and if there was one bait I could fish for the rest of my life, it would be the Berkeley Havoc Pit Boss in this blue color. Any blue color they have, I would fish because they just like it. On to the next box.
Here we got more robo worms. This is going to be the 4-inch color in pink pattern, and this is a great fish, is a great worm in clear water. It's good to fish right up on the weed line. It's very vibrant for the fish to see.
Yeah.
Here, these aren't our favorite baits, but they can come in handy. These are the Reaction Innovations. These are their type of craws. As you can see, they kind of imitate the Havoc Pit Boss, but the Pit Boss just are made a little better. They swim a little better. So these, they're not a must-have, but they can come in handy. Here, we got our Havoc worms. They're really nice to have. They're about 6 inches, and you can see it looks very dark with a turquoise glitter, but once it gets in the water, the glitter just lights up. So they're really nice to have. It is also by Berkeley, just like the Havoc we just showed you. This is a different design. The Havoc is designed by Skeet Reese. This is just done by Berkeley. This is called the Chigger Craw, and when it comes, it's going to come, these are all going to be attached. You just got to break that, and then it's going to have lots of action in the water. So that's a great bait to have, great to Texas rig. Now, here we got our Chigger Craws, but these are the addition before they came out with the long antenna. So these got good action in the arms, but just not as much as previously shown.
We're going to go to the next box. What we got here is our crankbaits, swim baits, and jerk baits. This is called the JRS. It stands for the Jointed Shad Wrap. Dives to 5 feet in perch color. It's got the round bill. You got your Rapala Bleeding Blood in orange shad color. Very good jerk bait. Dives to about 5, I would say. 5, 10 maybe. Got your KVD Strike King crankbait in sexy shad color. Square bill. Dives to 5 to 10. Most of our crankbaits dive to 5 to 10. This is a outdoor angler jerk bait with like a short round bill. It's not like a square bill, but it's round. It has this reflection pad on it to make it look like it's bleeding. When the sun hits it, it really makes the fish
just explode for that bait. It's great.
And they have very sharp hooks that keep getting stuck, so I can just very good bait. You got your Rapala in orange tiger color with those red gills there. It's it's a square bill. Very good bait. You have your Rapala. I think it dives to 6 feet. It's white shad color, square bill, very good bait. I haven't actually had a chance to use it because I haven't had a good place to use it yet. Has a little rattle to it, but looks like a very good bait. Then I have this Rapala crankbait. This Rapala crankbait, round bill. Looks like this blue shad color. Doesn't look as specific. Don't know what it dives to, but yeah. And then you got your DT6 baby bass color. Dives to 6 feet. Very good. It's a good place when it has any baby bass. You're gonna get a lot of hits. Very good crankbait. You have your typical swim bait here. Just good for
nothing special, just very generic. There are tons of, with the new market that's coming out, there's tons of new swim baits getting all the way up to $400 sometimes. So it's always good to have a couple nice swim baits, unlike those.
And you have your cotton cordell crankbait with a red bill. As you can see, it's like bright. It's got big eyes. It's got, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it has like a design that a shad had. It has like the scales and the fins and like the gill right there. And then you have your original rattle trap. It just probably just shiner color. It's got the red on it. It's got the fin. Black dot. Looks very good. And then you have your cotton cordell rattle trap. Let's do a test here. So this is normal rattle trap. This is cotton cordell. Which one rattles more? It actually seems like the cotton cordell rattles more, but always got to go with your original rattle trap. That's my best lipless crankbait, but that always comes in handy. On to the next box.
Now
This is
they're not always needed. These can be some nice plastics if you're going for some pretty nice bass. These lizards, nice and long, plenty of different patterns. We're not going to get in deep about them. Pretty straightforward, but they're nice to have in your tackle box if you ever need any bait. If your normal go-tos aren't working out for you. So.
Yeah, I saw these at Bass Pro one time, and there was lots of them for a good price. So I'm like, I'll pick some of these up. I've caught one fish on them because I don't use them that often. As you can see, there's like a full bucket here, so it's pretty good.
Now I'm gonna get on to some of the stuff I have. Now here we have a couple more editions of the Berkley Havoc Pit Boss. This is going to be in sapphire blue color. This is the 4-inch, 10-centimeter edition. This is what I normally use. I've caught tons of fish on it. 4-pounders, 5-pounders. It's just great to have in your tackle box. As we said, it's our absolute go-to lure. Sorry for all the background noise that's going on right now, but this is just a great lure to have. These are all going to be the Havoc Pit Bosses. This is in Big Texan color. This is a new color I'm trying out. Never used it before, but it looks like it's going to come in real. It's going to be a real helper in the tackle box. Nice. This is just really quality plastic. Now, here we go. This is something new for me. This is the Papa Pit Boss. It's recently come out. It is 5 inches, 13 centimeters long. It's a little heavier, considerably heavier, but this is going to get you some more bigger, better bites. So if you're looking for bigger bites on a simple rig, this is the way to go. And this is just what I love to use most of the time. Now here in my boxes, I don't have as big of a variety of lures, but I do have a bunch. Here we got another rattle trap. This is a nice big one. This is going to come in handy for largemouth bass, but these are also great for striper, especially when they're in the summer, when they're just down here in California. We got a lake where in the summer the striper will actually jump onto land chasing shad, and these are just great because I don't know if you can see it, the reflective glitter on it, and then the nice big rattle. But these are a real nice bait for numbers of fish. This is a bait I love to use. It's got a nice rattle to it. It's great for largemouth, striper, and I love jerking it, and it's got great action in the water. This is by Rapala, and you don't want to miss out on this because this is truly a great bait. Now here I got my topwater frog. I trim the legs a little short, trim the skirt, but this here is a KVD sexy frog and leopard frog print, and this is a great frog to work on the lily pads. This just catches great fish. It's got a rattle in there that you can't really hear, but it's a nice bait, so check that out.
And then all there is in this box is this bluegill swim bait. Looks pretty realistic.
Alright, now we got this Rapala. This is especially good for striped bass. Wherever you're fishing this is going to be a great lure to catch numbers of fish, and you can rely on this all the time. Now what we got here is this is another Rapala, but this one actually dives to, this dives to, it says here it dives to 16, yeah. And this bait is very realistic. I've had at my local lakes,